Planet. It's day 9, it's Sport 9, and we're headed to Geelong.
Go-karting time.
It's go-karting time. What's your go-karting experience, Rob?
I went to a party when I was like 13.
Yeah?
And we went racing around the go-karts.
Yeah.
I was the one pulling over the left, waving the others through.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So don't like going fast.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Very honoured to have Mick Doohan, 5-time world champion, and also chairman of Karting Australia. Mick, pleasure to meet you. So the last round of the Australian Championships, how's it all going?
It's going extremely well. Actually, it's better than we had anticipated at the beginning of the season. We didn't know it's a different makeup than what it had been in the past. And the buy-in's been a lot better than we thought.
I was going to say, it's a massive turnout today. It's actually, there's hundreds of people kicking around everywhere.
Absolutely. On average, we've had about 200 competitors at each event. So we've had 5, and we'll have 5 next year. So, it's growing, and people sort of seem to like the format. So we're all happy.
No, it's fantastic. And your son Jack's racing today. He's leading in his class at the moment.
He should have enough points now to have secured the title in the KA Junior, so the 12 to 16-year-old.
And do you still get a bit nervous when he's racing, or is that gone now?
Extremely nervous, but when I was racing, it was never such an issue. You sort of knew what you were up to.
Yeah.
But when you're watching your kid race, or some family member race, even brothers or whatever, it's always a bit daunting.
And it's been a massive few weeks for motorsport in Australia. We've had the MotoGP, the Speedway at Etihad, we had the World Under-21 Speedway at Mildura, and obviously this today, and there's a couple more coming up.
Absolutely, no. Australia bats well above its average for the amount of major events we have here in this country, and it's great. It's with the F1, MotoGP, and as you say, a handful of other events, and the V8s are so well supported. So, we've got to do the right thing and try and keep these motorsport guys coming through.
I just looked through the program for today. There's a lot of names people may recognise. Obviously, there's a Doohan, there's a Bargwanna, there's a few Davidsons, and obviously Ricciardo with the actual karts.
You got Steve Richard, who won Bathurst the other day. His boy here running in the same class as my son. So, look, everyone starts. Anyone who's racing Formula 1 today, or pretty much anyone who's racing V8s here today, starts at this level.
Yeah. Well, Mick, absolute pleasure to talk to you. Thanks for spending a bit of time with us. Best of luck for yourself, best of luck with Jack, and hopefully you've got another Aussie title on the mantelpiece there. That'd be great at the end of the day.
Thank you, yeah, absolutely.
No worries, thanks for that.
And we're speaking to
Emerson Harvey.
How old are you?
12.
And your name is?
Tex.
How old?
10.
10.
I'm Ryan from New Zealand and I'm 11.
You're from New Zealand? Yeah. So am I, good man.
We're with Troy Woolston now and down at Geelong. And Troy, how you been travelling this weekend?
A bit up and down actually. We had a good Friday practice. We finished second in the last practice session, so we're feeling quite confident. But everything changed when it rained on Saturday morning, so I think that threw a lot of people out. And it really mixed up the grid. We unfortunately qualified back in 18th, so we're trying to pull ourselves up from there.
And obviously the finals today. It's some of the races quite long actually.
Yeah, it's going to be a long final. It's always a long time in one of these things. It's pretty arduous on the right arm.
Yeah, sure. And now down the straights, you're getting up to about 135, 140?
Yeah, that's right. It sort of depends on the run onto the straight, how much grip there is.
And obviously, you were saying earlier about how the crosswind is a bit of a killer.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of wind here. You can see the flags blowing, and it's sort of it is typically quite flat, so you get a lot of a crosswind going down the straight. So it's important to tuck right in behind the guy and get a good toe.
You're all racing today?
Yes.
Yeah. You've already had a race?
We've had 3 races.
How'd you go?
In the first race, I went alright. I got 13th.
Yep.
In the second race I got 11th, and the last race I got 11th as well.
Okay, that's all right. How about you, Tex?
Well, in the first race I got 4th, and then in the second heat my car wasn't really going as fast, so I finished 6th, and just then I finished 3rd.
Okay. Oh, that's very good. You're happy with 3rd?
Yeah, pretty happy.
And how are you looking going into the final weekend of the season? You know, how's it been overall?
So we came in 7th.
Yep.
We sort of were looking, we were top 5 earlier in the season, and we've had a very up and down season, unfortunately. This is the first time actually we've come back from a few years out of this category. I'd like to thank Gigi for helping us this weekend, and my other sponsor, CC Racing.
Of course, goes without saying. Now, obviously they changed the championship this year. It used to be state-based and used to travel around. Now they've made it into an Australian championship. That's got to be better for the sport.
Yeah, I mean, it probably does favour drivers like me, because I feel like I'm probably more consistent over a number of races, whereas it used to be a one-off race to determine national champion. So I think it's sort of brought itself more in line with most forms of motorsport to have a series rather than a one-off race.
Yeah. Well, Troy, thanks for spending a bit of time with us
Pleasure.
today, and best of luck for the grand final later on, and hopefully we can get you up the ladder.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
You guys gonna celebrate afterwards? Have a bit of a party and stuff? Chase some girls?
Maybe.
Yeah. You getting there yourself?
No, probably not.
Don't like the Aussie girls?
No, they're ugly.
They smell bad, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. All right. So you took your strides off, obviously.
Yeah, it's a bit too hot, and we've got like 2 hours to wait, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Well, look, I'll tell you what. Afterwards, have a big party, get some Cheerios and some chips, bit of Coke. Don't have any beer. Not quite too young.
Okay.
Yeah. And stay off the drugs.
Okay.
Rob, what an interesting morning of go-karting that was.
Just sort of turned up and did what we felt like, really. It's good, wasn't it?
We kind of slipped under the radar then.
Yeah. And all of a sudden we're entering a 5-time world champion.
Yeah. You can't get any bigger names than Mick Doohan in the world of motorsport, that's for sure.
Our kids are out there having fun, and speaking of fun times, let's go Chance of Death rating. Now, that's, I would say, I'm going Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I agree with you. Totally agree with you. There's been a couple of, I know of a couple of deaths where cars have rolled over and you know, people have been...
not much protection in those things.
Nah, just a helmet.
It goes wrong.
That's it. That's all there is. Nothing else. So, once it goes wrong in those things.
Yeah, okay. Bed rating?
Well, they wear helmets.
They wear helmets. It's tough.
Troy had a bit of facial enhancement.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's that. It's got that image of a sport where, you know, motorsport. I am gonna go Eurovision. There were a few, not overly, but they weren't zero either.
Okay. Yeah, no, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a thoroughly enjoyable morning. It's a really small track. You don't miss too much of the action. Noise a bit. They love revving them, don't they? They just rev.
Right. Like we're trying to do interviews and they're revving their. I mean, selfish.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
What
I don't think it does the engine any good when they just rev the hell out of it just for no good reason. But that's life.
That is life.
Yeah.
All right. What's next?
Cheerleading.
Oh yes.
Your favourite.
Yep. All over it.
Yeah, no, it should be interesting. I don't really know what to expect from a cheerleading contest.
Nah, well, yeah, we'll see. We'll just have to wait and see.
All right,
I like a surprise package.
Yeah, of course. Goes without saying. All right, so that's a wrap for today. Well, this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's hit the road.